Overpowered anime characters that are forced to reveal their extraordinary strength after being taken for losers are just awesome. The face of every bully or villain when they finally realize that they are actually completely powerless is a memorable sight. Those anime are the most exciting and satisfying types around, and literally everybody enjoys them. I offer you a list filled with the best anime where the main character is opus, but hides it. 10. The Disastrous Life of Seiku. If you love overpowered characters, Seiku surely wins the jackpot. Telepathy, teleportation, X-ray vision, levitation, time leap and much more are all the abilities that he possesses. Nothing is impossible for psychic Seiku Kusuo. When all of us would think of ourselves blessed for being born with all those gifts, for Seiku they are nothing more than curses. They are inconveniences that make his life as an average student impossible. He miserably fails to blend in everywhere he goes and somehow ends up friends with all the bright and crazy people of his school. Well, that's what they think. The craziness of his classmates forces him to deal with hassles after hassles. It's an absolute miracle that he managed to keep his powers a secret. Well, that was possible only because, without trying to be mean here, they are a bit too dumb. 9. Gintama. Aliens known as Amanto invaded Japan. They forbid the use of weapons, especially swords, ending the age of the samurai. Just one individual dared to go against their rule and kept his sword in secret. And this samurai was Gintoki Sakata. If you wish to see a cool and charismatic character, you won't find him here since Gintoki is actually a wacky person who loves sweets. He works as an errand runner with Shinpachi Shimura, Kagura and Sadaharu, their oversized dog. A job that should be mundane. But their daily tasks consist of dealing with assassins, soldiers, rebels, and even gang members. They always find themselves in the most dangerous situation. 8. Trigun. Vash the Stampede, also known as the humanoid typhoon, is a wanted person with a bounty of $60 billion. He is famous for being a cruel and heinous villain who lays waste everywhere he goes. A monster amongst humans who enjoys action. A trail of death marks the path he has taken. Well, that's the rumor that goes around. The truth is that Vash is actually a gentle soul that avoids violence as much as possible. He is just struck by overwhelming bad luck, followed around by 2 insurance agents who still can't actually believe that he is the real Vash the Stampede. A wave of misfortune will put the trio through life or death situations. As the adventure goes on, the painful past of Vash will be revealed little by little, explaining why, even though he possesses immense strength and skills, he lets everybody trample on him. 6. The Legend of the Legendary Heroes. Alpha Stigma is the name of the bearer of cursed eyes. Their eyes have the ability to analyze and copy all types of magic. But the power of the Alpha Stigma is too great, and almost impossible to control. Every host ends up losing his mind to the power, and starts to destroy and annihilate everything and everyone in sight, friends and foes alike. The ones that awaken the curse are avoided like the plague. Reiner Lute is one of the bearers of the Alpha Stigma. After awakening his eyes at a young age, he loses everything to the power. Rampaging and covering his blood, even his trusted friends would run in terror at the sight of him. He then decides to seal his power, and never use it again, even at the cost of his own life. Soon after, he is forced to enter the Roland Empire's Magician Academy to escape from the orphanage he was living in. They knew nothing of his power, and for the other students he was a lazy loser who couldn't cast the simplest spells. One person with great aspirations saw what he was capable of. He knew what he was, and yet he wanted him as a comrade, and that person was Sion Estal, the person who was destined to become the future king of the nation. After their meeting, their destinies get intertwined, and under Sion's order, Reiner sets on a journey in search of relics that can maybe save their nation. 5. Hioka Powder is a peculiar person. While every normal student would want to benefit the most from his high school life, Orki wishes to live as an energy-conservative individual who follows this motto: if I don't have to do it, I won't. If I have to do it, I'll make it quick. As his life passes by as peacefully as possible, he will soon be engulfed in the world of the energetic Chitanda. How did that happen? Let's find out together. After being forced by his older sister to enter the classics club that was about to be dismantled, he meets Uru Chitanda. Chitanda isn't a student who joined the club because of a 45 years mystery that she must see through. She discovers practically instantly the amazing potential hiding behind Orki's dead eyes. The deductive abilities that he possesses are just astonishing, even mind-blowing. Hypnotized or mesmerized by Chitanda's energy, Orki kisses goodbye to his way of life and spends every day trying to satisfy her unquenchable curiosity. 4. Akashic Record. In a world where magic is the most important skill to possess and develop, a person despises it to an abnormal extent. That person is Glenn Radars. After being forced to take countless lives and swim in a pool of blood by the corrupted country he was serving, he enters a state of despair. The mention of his name would send shivers down the spine of his enemy. Now he is a lazy, pitiful person with no ambition whatsoever. He is forced by Alponia, a friend of his, to become a substitute magic teacher at the school she works at. Left with no choice, he follows her order and meets two interesting girls, Sistine Fibble and Rumia Tingel. Their meeting, even though it started off on the wrong foot, will eventually become Glenn's salvation. 3. Chrome-shelled Regos. The world is now a devastated desert. The air is impossible to breathe and it's overrun by monster-type insects known as Limbicune. Humanity is forced to live inside a dome, a movable city called Regos. The people living inside have two options: learn the general education to help further develop the city or become one of the soldiers that defends it. Leifon Alsafe left his Regos and went to the academy city of Swalny, hoping to escape the sins of his past and start fresh. Wanting to put the bloodshed and the fighting behind, he enrolls as a general education student. Discarding the immense combat skill that he possesses and the fact that he was previously a Heaven's Blade, he devotes himself to his new goal. But things rarely go the way he wants them to. Upon arriving, he immediately gets noticed by the snake-like student council president. After witnessing his strength, he forces him to become one of his city's warriors and enter Nina Antok's squad. Still stubbornly holding on to the life he has chosen to lead, even when backed into a corner, Leifon still refuses to unleash the power dormant within him. 2. Classroom of the Elite. Being accepted as one of the students of Kudo Ikusei Senior High School means you are one of the elites. This school was created to nurture the leaders of the future. But not everybody is equal. Your rank will depend on the class you land in after taking the entrance exam. The classes go from A to D, D being the least prestigious one, the class of the trash. Every student gives his all to be recognized to maybe have the chance to move up the ranks. One student is an expectation: Kiyotaka Ayanakuji. He is in Class D, and while all his other comrades are devastated by this fact, Ayanakuji, on the other hand, is exactly where he wants to be. Having an intellect far superior from all the others as well as physical abilities, that would make any pro jealous. Ayanakuji tries to keep his abilities a secret to escape from his past and hide from the people who are after him. Camouflaging as a mediocre person, the school becomes his playground, and all the other residents soon transform into his puppets. 1. The Irregular at Magic High School. In a world where magic was thought to be a fairy tale, mankind managed to create it as a form of technology. Through CADs, those with high technical skills can control the magic element they have the most affiliation with. It became a field so important that high schools specialized in grooming magicians started to open their doors. First High School is one of them. At that school, the students are divided into two groups: first course students, also known as Blooms, and second course students, Weeds, the reserve. The discrimination between Bloom and Weeds has been a trend rampaging since the elaboration of that system. Tatsuya and Miyuki are siblings that just got accepted into that prestigious academy. While Miyuki, through her high technical skill, got into Course 1. Tatsuya was taken as a reserve, but exams rarely reveal the true aptitude of a person. The Course 2 students that everybody is looking down on possess astonishing knowledge. He is also a ninjutsu user of the highest caliber, and he hides a unique type of magic that makes him a god above all others. He also has multiple hidden identities, all of them more important than the other. For him to be able to stay at his sister's side and avoid becoming a constant target, he makes it an obligation to try a pass for a normal, average second course student, a feat almost impossible for someone as talented as he is.